Now we come to the cash conversion cycle, which is another dynamic method of liquidity analysis, liquidity position of a company. Current ratio is a static method. LB is a dynamic method. Cash conversion cycle is also another dynamic method. Cash conversion cycle, or CC, is the period of time between the cash inflow of a company and cash outflow of a company. The number of days it takes for a company to generate cash. Cash cycle equals to average age of inventory plus the average collection period and the average payment period. Cash cycle equals to AAI plus ACP minus APP. AAI stands for average age of inventory. It shows the number of days it takes a company on average to buy the materials, produce the product, and sell to its customers. The shorter the time it takes to buy, produce, and sell, the better. Generally, companies sell their products on credit, and then there will be a waiting period for the customer to pay. The number of days it takes to collect cash from the customers is called ACP, average collection period. Companies also buy their products, raw materials, on credit from their suppliers. So we have to know the number of how fast they pay the suppliers. That is measured by the variable APP, average payment period. With these three variables, we can calculate on average how long does it take for a company to buy materials, produce the product, sell, collect the money from the customers, and pay the suppliers. Ultimately, that will determine the working capital amount a company holds and its ability to pay its short-term debt or liquidity. So we start with the AAI, average age of inventory. We take the inventory amount from 2023 and 2022. That's from the balance sheet. AAI equals to average inventories divided by the cost of sales per day. So step one, we calculate the average amount of inventory, average amount of year 2023 and year 2022. We add the inventory amount of 2023 to the inventory amount of 2022 and divide by 2, we get the average. We also take the cost of sales and services from the income statement. Because it is a cost, it is normally negative. It's shown as a negative number on the income statement. Ignore the negative sign, just take the number, 352 billion. The cost of sales and services shown on the income statement is for the whole year. In the computation of AAI, we are interested in the cost per day. We assume there are 365 days per year. So we divide the cost of sales amount, 352, by 365 days. We get 964 million per day. So we know the average amount of inventory, 338 billion. We now have the 964 million, which is the cost of sales and services per day. Divide, we get 40. 40 means 40 days. How do we get that 40 days? We divide the average inventory by the cost of sales per day, 40 days. Meaning, it has taken PCP in 2023 40 days on average to buy materials, produce, and sell the finished goods to its customers. 40 days. The shorter, the better. Step 2, we calculate the ACP, average collection period. Here we want to know how fast the company collects cash from its customers. Customers usually buy on credit, so we say in how many days. Some customers pay on time, some other customers pay late, some may never pay. So we want to average it out, how long it takes PCP to collect cash from the customers. The answer is 27 days. It takes them 27 days to collect the cash. How do we get the 27 days? To get 27 days, we have to get the total trade account receivable from the balance sheet for the years 2023 and 2022. Then we calculate the average. Like the average inventory, how we do it is trade account receivable 2023 plus trade account receivable for the year 2022, and then we divide by 2. We get 27 billion. Then we need to have the sales and services revenue from the income statement. And again, we use 365 days per year. In the formula, we must have the sales and service revenue per day. Companies generally sell on cash and credit. Since we do not know from the income statement how much of the company sales are in the form of credit or cash, we assume that the total sales are credit sales. We calculate the sales and service revenue per day by dividing the total sales by 365, and then we divide the average trade account receivable by the sales per day. We get 27 days. That means 27 days on average to collect cash from the customers. So we have 2 items already. We can now calculate the cash inflow period, which is the AAI plus ACP, meaning how long does it take to do the following: buy the material, produce the product, sell, and collect the cash. The answer for this company for the year 2023 is 67 days. Cash inflow period is 67 days. Now, we have to look at the supply side. They collect money, company makes money in every 67 days on average. But how long does it take them to pay the supplier? If they have to pay faster than that, the company will face liquidity problem. It takes them 67 days to make money. But if they are required to pay the supplier in 30 days, they will not be able to pay because they have not yet collected the money. Now we need to calculate. From the computation, we know it is 36 days. It takes the company to pay its suppliers 36 days, but makes money on 67 days. Calculate the cash cycle, AAI plus ACP minus APP. 67 days plus 36 days minus 31 days, we get 31 days. 31 days is the length of the cash cycle of the company. In other words, the number of days between when it receives cash from the suppliers and when it pays to its suppliers is 31 days. The longer the period, the lower the liquidity of the company. The shorter the cash cycle period, the greater the liquidity of the company.